Ladies and gentlemen, the American Dream Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show. I'm blessed to have my producer here today, Sabrina Kane, and my sidekick, the Brit, Jamie Spindley. Today in history, the Apple iPhone was unveiled by Steve Jobs, and he was already battling cancer. Sad, 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 sad. You know, you talk about a guy, it'd be like Elon Musk knowing he was going to die. You talk about a guy that just, it had to be devastating for Jobs to be passing away, how he was so futuristic and thinking. Had to have been tough for him. California fires. Well, nearly every single celebrity you've ever heard of has lost their home. Unbelievable buildings have been destroyed, thousands of buildings. Zero containment. And then you have the whole issue of the mayor of LA was in Ghana on a trip. She's flown back, not answering any questions. And then we find out that there wasn't enough water to the fire hydrants. That they haven't done the proper deforestation. You've got the government. I mean, this is a classic. And something that's going to come out of this, which is going to be huge, you watch, is the movement of these people are going to be like, you know, this governor has sucked. And you're going to have some liberals turn. You just watch. You just watch. Some of these homes aren't insured. I'm going to do a special Facebook Live about this. Biden claims he would have won. And this really pees me off. A USA Today exclusive interview. Look at that title. A career of honesty and integrity. The ultimate political gangster. By the way, Hunter Biden's Malibu house that he stayed in was one of the ones that got burnt up. You believe that? Look at that. What a joke. Today's a national day of mourning because Jimmy Carter, I was watching as I was working and beating Jamie in chess. I was watching the funeral. Steve Ford, boy, he's aged. I remember he was a handsome young man back in the Turfway Park days. But bottom line is, it's a sad day. All the presidents are there. You know why Trump went. He went there to say, yep, I won. But there's been a lot of nice remarks. Here's my remarks about Jimmy Carter. I voted for Jimmy Carter. The first time I ever voted was for Jimmy Carter. I voted against Jimmy Carter with Ronald Reagan. And then I was registered independent. Then I became a Reagan Republican because what Jimmy Carter's presidency was such a failure. It was. There's no other way to slice it. However, Jimmy Carter was an old school liberal. He loved the country, cared about the country. The guy was a commander of a nuclear submarine. You got to be pretty smart. But he just didn't have the gravitas, the manner that you need to do to be president. And he got ran over. He got rolled. And Reagan, of course, defeated him. But he was a good man. He loved his country. He wasn't a woke Democrat. And probably, no question, the best ex-president in history. It's unbelievable what he did as an ex-president. U.S. trade. This is so funny, guys. I had to add this. Apparently, there's $100 billion trade deficit we've got with Japan, and it is hurting. Are you ready for this? The dong. The Vietnamese money is called a dong. How many dongs would you like? How many dongs does that cost? I'm cracking myself up. Their money is called a dong. All right, Joe Biden, speaking at the fires, you know what he says? Oh, I'm a great-grandfather. He made an announcement he was a great-grandfather. Unbelievable. William Brandon Neal IV. Mike Lindell's getting sued by DHL for $778,000. He's crashing and burning. Trump says get rid of the wind turbine windmills. They're hurting the whales. I vote for the whales. United Healthcare nailed with $165 million. Unbelievable. From the government fraud. Walmart CEO went down to Mar-a-Lago, Doug McMillon, another CEO, and Trump says all hell is going to break loose if the hostages aren't returned by his inauguration day. And the reporters want to know, what does all hell mean? He just says all hell. By the way, it's got to be really painful for Trump to sit there next to the Bidens, George Bush 43, Barack Obama. He's sitting next to Obama, and the Clintons. I mean, there's no love lost there. In the difference and the kumbaya from the other ones versus the get the job done in Trump. I love you, President Trump. Coming up next, local news. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the American Cheering Bulldog Nation, intruder alert. Somebody went into a home to burglarize them and got shot, killed. I don't even know where it happened. Isn't that great, though? Isn't that great? All right, Ellesmere, no virtual meetings. The city council voted there will be no virtual meetings to satisfy Serena Owens. Why the hell did you run, Serena? Andy Bashir gave his State of the Commonwealth address yesterday, and of course he's saying everything's hunky-dory and all this. You know what? Anything that's good in the last 4 years came from a Republican legislature. $220 million has been recovered for the Kentucky State Pension by Russell Coleman based upon some of these stock manipulations and whatnot. Good job, Russell. And 2 brothers were arrested, Jeremy Jones and Willie Jones, for a murder committed elsewhere. They were arrested in northern Kentucky. That's pretty scary. Coming up next, Jamie Spindley in his World News.
Thank you for the introduction, Eric. Let's get down to the world news. Wildfires are still burning across Los Angeles, California, and nearby counties, with 3 completely uncontained. Streets are gridlocked as residents flee under heavy smoke, and the Hollywood Hills blaze is rapidly spreading, with no containment expected. The fires have claimed 5 lives, forced thousands of evacuations, and become the most destructive in LA's history. In other news, Panama has reaffirmed its control over the Panama Canal as non-negotiable after President-elect Donald Trump suggested the possibility of military force to seize it. And a stampede during a 10-day festival at the Lord Banki, I had a hard time saying that, temple in Tirupati, India, left 6 dead and several injured. The tragedy occurred yesterday evening as crowds surged at the temple's entry. That's all I have today. Stay tuned for Sports Without Boundaries.
Here we go with Sports Without Boundaries. 3 stories. St. John's beat Xavier 82-72. Notre Dame plays Penn State tonight on ESPN at 7:30. Gonna be a great game. And the Vikings-Rams playoff game. Due to all the fires, who knows what's going to happen? Coming up next, Pop Culture. All right, here we go with Pop Culture. Jessica Alba and Cash Warren, after 17 years of marriage, are getting divorced. Once again, I say this. Just think about this. Jennifer Aniston, Jessica Alba. Just think about that. That marriage doesn't work with them. Tells you a lot about life, isn't it? Time is an illusion, some people say. That it's all an illusion. Everything's an illusion. Maybe so. Who cares? Austin Butler and Kaya Gerber are breaking up after 3 years. Look at this handsome couple. Kaya Gerber, by the way, is Cindy Crawford's daughter. She's doing a lot of acting. And Diddy apparently is mad that Luigi Mangione is getting all the attention in the prison. Diddy versus Luigi. And alcohol, according to a neurosurgeon, when they say, oh, one drinks it, he goes, no, all alcohol is bad for you, no matter what it is. I am proud to say I don't drink. I haven't drank forever. I used to drink 1 screwdriver at the Christmas party, office Christmas party every year. I don't even do that anymore. So I'm not putting that toxicity in my system. Sugar, that's a different story. Coming up next, nothing. This is the end of the show.